Green light is to go with me, no ain't no hoe in me. This German Ruger singing like Flowetry. Look, verbal intercourse, Breezo bitch, I've been a force.
It's Breezo, nigga, stop playing, huh? We'll pull up to your party, crack the dough and let some shots in.
All I speak is the truth, bars high, I think I just cracked a tooth. Toss wood like Babe Ruth, shoot like centerfolds, all you rap niggas hoes.
We cook niggas, we assault him, huh? Out the car waving, niggas arms swinging like Carlton.
Antonio Valentino King, aka 600BREEZY, born April 16th, 1991. I've been waiting a long time to get into covering drill rap, and who better than today's feature? Although, salute to King Von for being the first video released on this channel. But 600BREEZY in particular, because of all the drill rappers to come out, he had something none of them got so early in their careers. A cosign from the hottest rapper of the generation. Not just any hot rapper, Drake, who's been known for cosigning rappers and stimulating their careers. To this day, I don't understand how Blockboi JB dropped that Dwayne Wade-esque alley-oop Drake gave him on Look Alive. 600BREEZY can relate. He was kinda the first Blockboi JB. More than a Drake cosign and album placement, Breezy had a lot of qualities that could have made him popular in the era from 2014 to 2018 drill rap. He was on the popular side of the war in Chiraq, that being the BDs or Black Disciples, particularly 600 Front Street, Lamron and O'block, which became popular for their representatives having huge success in the music industry and taking drill rap from where guys like King Louie left it up to that point. The Chief Keefs, Lil Durk, Lil Reese, Rondo No. 9, and L.A Capones of the drill scene. He also had a good image for rap as he looked the part and captured well on videos and in pictures because you believed his gangster appearance, backed by he was stamped in the streets by original 600 members. And last but not least, he could actually rap. Yes, his popular song Don't Get Smoked doesn't fully display this and sounds like your typical drill rendition, but when he wants to, he actually has bars, like his songs Murder Rate, Stop Playing, or many of his tracks that don't go viral. After the Keefs and the Durks, there was a new wave of Chicago drill rappers set to blow, and 600BREEZY was right there with the pack. In recent years, he seems to only pop up in conversation or go viral for his internet antics of threats and promises he can't deliver. Many people are still waiting for him to show up in a lot of places he claims he's on his way to after losing close friends or having his block disrespected, and it's kind of a running joke on the internet that you can count on 600BREEZY to make a promise you know won't ever happen. But musically, he's easily one of my favorite drill rappers, and he should be a lot bigger than he is as an artist with his talent, street cred, and affiliations. Why isn't he? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music. Let's get it, man. 600BREEZY was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, where his father was a well-known gangster disciple and influenced his son to become one as well. For a while, he claimed the GDs, but because of who his friends were and the block he stayed on, which was in direct war with the GDs, he flipped BD and became one of the biggest GD rivals. Again, his song Don't Get Smoked is considered a drill classic. After he made the switch, he and his father had major disagreements until he had to explain to him that he couldn't help where he grew up and having his block's top rival gang that just so happens to be right down the street trying to kill him every day. His only protection were the BDs, and so that's what it was. He was good friends with L.A Capone and Take 600, and after L.A died, he was encouraged to take rap more serious and pursue it as a career. Stunt number 1, not capitalizing on the relationship with Drake. The thing about the music industry, gravely in particular hip-hop music, is one thing you have to be good at is building relationships. You look at Rich the Kid, who's built his career off the features he's gotten, or even Soulja Boy, who knew just how to pick the next superstar to collaborate with that gave him much needed fresh juice in the game. If you can't or aren't the type to take the initiative and connect with other artists, you must then have unquestionable talent in order to rise in the game. Or you might get lucky and have the biggest hip-hop artists in the world not only take a liking to your music, but you as a person in general. In 2015, Drake played the Don't Get Smoked song on his OVO Radio's 6th episode and DM'd Breezy turning up to the song along with words of encouragement. He then shot Breezy his number, and later that year, the two connected at Drake's Atlanta show and have been cool ever since. Randomly in 2017, Drake asked Breezy for a drop for his new album playlist More Life on a song called Lose You. It's the voice you hear at the end of the song. Not exactly a feature, but it was still more than Chief Keefs or Lil Durk had gotten up to that point, and a good start to what should have been a working relationship. What Drake was doing was obvious. Many may not realize this about Drake, but he's very much in tune with what's hot in hip-hop and on the internet in general when it comes to rap music. It's Drake's very own way to connect with new stars or what the kids deemed popular at the time to give him fresh juice in the game. Same tactic as Soulja Boy, Jay-Z, and opposite Nicki Minaj, which is why she finds it hard to transition into the newer age. But what an artist on the other side of the Drake stimmy must realize is you only get one shot. After that feature is secured and Drake accumulates all the new energy you bring to his table, he goes back to his own table or finds another hot table while you sit there texting all your friends, telling them who just sat down with you. Some, like the Migos, saw the play and used that glow to themselves walk around the room, meeting other people, and became one of the biggest acts in the game. Blockboi JB still dancing at his table. 600BREEZY just disappeared from his. He mentioned in an interview how he'd be in the studio with Drake or at hangouts and never bring up music or doing a song together. Not that he has to push that, but if I hoop and you hoop better than me, when we meet, I'm asking you about that move you got me with. He could have found some way to get another Drake stimulant, even if it's not at the function, but later in the DM. He'd be huge in the game with an actual Drake feature. Instead, we're still waiting for 600BREEZY to blow up. Stunt number 2, work ethic. Speaking of him disappearing from his own table, I think one of the biggest personal problems is that he doesn't release enough music, and outside the empty threats he puts online for the authorities to see, we never really hear from him. I went to his page recently and was shocked to see his latest video was from 4 months ago. That's like 4 years ago in this day and age for a rapper still looking to really get on. One that was touching the light switch and left it off. He says himself that he's never been a fan of putting out a lot of music because he doesn't want fans to look over or miss other songs he released, but that tactic rarely works. Previously, he'd put out 1 mixtape a year. That's crazy to me. Maybe Breezy needs to call the Bass God or Gucci Mane or Lil Wayne and ask them to help him with what is perceived as his poor work ethic. What's more is that he knows he isn't doing enough. In his recent Vlad TV interview, he says just as much. More connections, more collabs, more music. The time is right now for Breezy, especially coming off maybe his biggest interview ever in Vlad TV. Stunt number 3, going to prison. And lastly, what I think may be the cause of everything else, him going to prison for almost 2 years. But not just going to prison, because really 2 years is nothing coming from Chicago and risking 5-year sentences daily for simply carrying protection. But it happened months after his More Life appearance and him being on stage with Drake, Nicki, and Lil Wayne. He went to prison for reportedly attempting to distribute crack cocaine stemming all the way back to 2012. He was originally arrested in Iowa, so him heading to Waterloo to go to court was deemed a violation of his probation, and they arrested him again and sentenced him to little over a year. After his release, he dropped First 48, a 6-song mixtape under Asylum, who he signed a 1-year deal with fresh out of jail. He and Asylum weren't on the same page, and Breezy recalls it being his worst music industry experience that slowed him down. His buzz completely left him, and now Drake has gotten so busy, I don't think we'll ever get an official feature with him and Breezy anytime soon. He's out now and promises to work harder and put out more music, but he's known for waterweight promises, so we'll see. All in all, 600BREEZY isn't that old at 30 and just came off a major interview that should be a good springboard to some new music and maybe even an appearance or two. But he has to want it. He has to understand there's no friends in this industry. Get yours while you can. Don't be that cool dude in the background thinking about asking, but trying to act like you're not like everyone else. I feel he has one more major push, and if he drops the ball this time, it might be over for his chance of ever being what his potential suggested. Salute to 600BREEZY, much respect, but for these reasons, his growth was stunning. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.